all the dignitaries connected with this program, guest of honor, Mr. Rizwan, Professor Smita Shukla, Director, Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute. So let me extend sincere thanks to Career Curator for offering such a innovative global mentorship program. In fact, these days it is always said that whenever we are churning out management or professional graduates, their employability quotient seems to be on lower side. Probably different surveys have indicated that on an average, there could have been 20 to 25% employability skills connected with the students, and rest are simply not employable. So that's really a horrible statistics. But then, really, there are always solutions, and like the global mentorship program, which has taken up the help of 60 mentors on global level, is a really welcome exercise. And I extend sincere thanks on behalf of University of Mumbai to the Singapore-based agency as well as Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for taking up such a nice innovative program for their students. As we recognized that the current scenario as far as business environment is connected with, it's fastly changing. We expect a lot of changes in the management practices. We expect a lot of technological transformations. We are expecting now the fourth industrial revolutions with due support from artificial intelligence and all other connected technologies. And probably the time required for technological transformations is simply getting reduced at an acceptable economical rates. So with such a faster changing business environment, where technology as well as management practices are evolving in a fourth industrial environment, we expect the students to have a similar skills. We expect the management students to possess those skills which make themselves fit for the changed industrial environment. And probably the global mentorship program, which is being taken up with due support from the Singapore-based agency industry. So that is really a remarkable initiative by Alkesh Dinesh Modi. And so we expect through this mentorship program, students to have a right employability skills. Maybe you expect a lot of soft skills connected with this employability skills. Maybe working as a leader for it, leading the team. Maybe having a right attitude, right aptitude for the adaptation to the continuously changing business environment. Need to have a right approach. Need to have a right professional exposure. Need to have a right mental rigid steadiness. Okay, so many skills that are essential, and probably our students have been well mentored by the global mentors. So I extend my sincere thanks to the organization and congratulate Alkesh Dinesh Modi for taking such initiative. Thanks to all of you, and I extend best wishes to all students who have undergone through this mentorship training program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and the inaugural address. Now, I would like to invite the founder and CEO of Change ETL Career Curators, Mr. Karunesh Prasad, to share about Global Mentorship Program, his perspective and vision.
Thank you, Parth. And hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And Professor Kulkarni, Professor Smita, and Mr. Rizwan Hazarika, I'm so grateful that you all gathered here today and you are supporting the cause of supporting these students who are at a very important crossroad of their career at this point of time. If I look back at this year, and I'm sure that you all will agree, this year has been a very chaotic year, very exhausting for many people. And I was reading an article yesterday, which was talking about the same thing, that if we were to describe this year in one word, how would you describe that? And most of the words which were used were chaotic, exhausting, and so on. So very negative words. But if I look back at this year, what comes to my mind, first one is year of change. A lot of things have changed this year. What changes we would have seen in the corporate world in 5, 10 years would have happened this year in 1 year time frame itself. That's number one. Number two is, I think this is the year of being grateful. Being grateful for what we have, being grateful for being able to survive, being grateful for the friends and the mentors and the people whom we are surrounded by, because that's what keeps us going. This whole program, Global Mentorship Program, was a follow up from one conversation I was having with some of my HR friends and colleagues in Singapore, and Pranab Chetia and Robert Menezes, Arun, who are on the call, and many other mentors who are also part of this group. We were talking about how this year has been so tough for the students. And that created, the first program we did was during the summer of this year, something which was supporting students who were not being able to complete their internship. We called it Super Interns Program, and we supported around 30 interns by giving them some projects, and they worked on the projects, which were very good projects. They did fantastic work, and we followed that up with another program, which was the outcome of a conversation with Kavita Madam, which was basically turning into something called Global Mentorship Program. And I would give a lot of credit to Robert and Pranab for being able to create that. What we realize is that what we are calling about, talking about soft skills. I think if I look at my own journey as a management graduate, I think what differentiated most of the people, most of the management graduates, was soft skills, or I would call them critical skills, as one of my consultant friend calls it. He said these are critical skills, these are not soft skills, because that's what differentiates one management professional from the other. And through this this mentorship program, what this team has brought together is a combination of all those skills which Professor Kulkarni was referring to. How do we enhance the employability and the success of these management graduates as they enter the corporate world? It's an effort that we made to pull together the list of competencies. We pulled together a very outstanding group of mentors, and my special thanks to all the mentors using the different time zone, navigating that, sparing their time after the office hours to be able to mentor these students. I think this was fantastic. They did a great job of being able to mentor, and I really hope that this is something that people can carry forward. I also, I think what I'm looking forward now to is to hear from our guest today, Rizwan Hazarika, who is, as you know, Chief Digital Officer. And this year was all about digitization. We all went through so much of digitization. Whether we liked it or not, we had to cope with that. And some of the best practices that we are seeing in Singapore is absolutely outstanding. And so nice of Rizwan to be able to spare the time and join us today. So with that, I would just thank all the people, all the mentors and the organizers here, particularly the team which is working pro bono, taking out their spare time and then being able to contribute to this great cause. So thank you very much. And I look forward to the conversation further. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Now I invite our placement officer, Mrs. Kavita Mishra Pandey, to share Global Mentorship Program perspective from Placement Cell.
Thank you very much, Parth, for inviting. Okay, so there is a very famous Sanskrit slok which says, "Yah patati likati pashyati pariprachati panditan upashreti tasya diva kirine nalani dalam iva vistarita buddhi." It means one who reads, writes, sees, inquires, live in the company of learned, his intellect expands as the lotus petals expands due to the rays of sun. Mentoring is important because it not only helps students to expand their knowledge and skills through the help of mentors, but it also gives an opportunity for young graduates to socialize personally and professionally and get the personal support which ultimately leads them on the path of success. The Global Mentorship Program was not a program for just mentoring to students, but it is a unique program of building confidence, giving exposure to students, a boundary beyond barriers, and collaboration with wonderful experts across the globe. Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for Financial and Management Studies, a department of University of Mumbai, has come a long way since 1994. Today, the institute has been recognized as one of the best B school in India. I joined the department in 2008 as a placement officer. Every year, we took the efforts in placement cell initiatives, which not only benefit students but also find its worth before corporates. Our corporate connects and students grooming initiative started with regular corporate guest lecture series, executive visit on campus for campus placements, roundtable conference, mock interview sessions, corporate seminars, CEO conclave, CEO and entrepreneurship panel discussions, and many more. It was always a dream to connect with the international entity, which not only helped students to understand the global cultures, but also enhance their competency level. The collaboration with Career Curators team for organizing Global Mentorship Program was a dream come true. As a convener, I am very proud of this association. As I agree with Karunesh sir that if someone has to define the year 2020, the usual word which occur before us is about lockdown, restriction, adversity, challenging, disruptive, and many more. But I also believe that this year was an opportunity in adversity. And I'm very thankful for this year to expose education world to the digital method of teaching and learning. Otherwise, for us, meeting with career curators team could not have been possible. I thank each mentor who is based in Switzerland, Canada, Singapore, and India for selflessly guiding students on every week and contributed immensely for their personality development as per the current trends. I also thank my co-convener from Career Curators, Robert Sir, Pranav Sir, Arun Sir, Abhinav Sir, Minal Ma'am, and Virjarun Sarkar for their continuous support and association. The support which I received from my institute faculty was beyond words, and I also express my gratitude to them. I believe that this whole association would not have been possible without getting the support from two visionary leaders, Dr. Smita Shukla ma'am, the director of Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute, and Mr. Karunesh Prasad, the founder of Chetal and Career Curators. I thank both the leaders for giving us freedom to execute the program. Today, though we are saying that we are celebrating the achievement day, but I believe that the journey of 60 days is not here getting an end. In fact, it opens a path of the new perspective, opportunities, and success. I look forward to take ahead this initiative with the team of career curators powered by Viscon for students' development and placement. Thank you once again for collaborating our institute, and I welcome everyone again on this virtual platform. Over to you, Parth.
Thank you, madam, for your great words. Now, we have today with us our guest of honor, Mr. Rizwan Hazarika. Our guest today needs no formal introduction, but for formality, let me introduce him in short. I'm happy to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Rizwan Hazarika. Mr. Rizwan is currently working in global company at Singix, Singapore as a chief digital officer and carries 22 years of rich corporate experience. His core expertise is in strategy formulation, business consulting, digital transformation, and people management skills. Mr. Rizwan is a mentor by heart and does mentorship in his free time for young Singapore graduates. We are fortunate to welcome you, sir, and request you to kindly share your words.
Thank you, Parth. Parth. Okay. First of all, let me just start by saying that it is an absolutely humbling experience to be here today. Right? I did not expect. I was informed about playing the role of a guest of honor for this event a couple of days ago. So I did not expect to be in the middle of such a distinguished audience, right? And to be part of such a noble initiative. So first of all, greetings to Professor Kulkarni and Dr. Shukla, and special thanks to Mr. Karunesh Prasad and Mr. Pranab Chetia for having me here today. I really appreciate this gesture, and like I said, it is very, very humbling to be in such august company, right? Okay, now having said that, what I did not come in today with a set of slides, so I don't have a structured presentation really for all of you. But really what I wanted to do is share some of my experiences as a mentor, right? So just to set the context, I have been a serious mentor for the last I would say about close to 5.5 years. Okay, I started seriously mentoring in Singapore. And I currently mentor a group of undergraduate students here in Singapore who are essentially trying to find meaning. I would say very broadly, they're trying to find a sense of purpose to their both their professional and personal lives. So it's a slightly more broader concept than just trying to find a certain career path or a certain professional goal, right? And I'm sure both Karunesh, Pranab, and the others I don't know will agree that when you typically mentor people, mentoring goes way beyond just offering advice or providing inputs on shaping the mentee's professional life. It is a very, very personal and a very deep relationship. You know, and that's my experience in the last 5 years, right? So it is always a two-way process, because as a mentor, the mentor actually doesn't have all the answers. And I'm sure as you guys have gone through this program in the last few months, you've probably ended up building very close bonds with some of your mentors, and this association will continue, right? So congratulations on very successfully completing this program. From my experience, I can tell you to all of you mentees here that this is probably the best investment that you have made in your professional lives, right? It beats any investment that you will make in acquiring more and more degrees. Not to say that they are not important, but it is essentially an intangible benefit that you have essentially accrued through this process today. Right? What you're doing to yourselves is you have built relationships with experienced and many of them who are in this call today, with very, very experienced professionals, managers, leaders in the corporate world who have essentially found time to share their real world challenges and issues with all of you, right? And then that's the greatest learning of all. That's something that you will not get in a textbook, right? So you know, I've been asked to speak about the importance of mentoring. So maybe what I will do is I'll take another 5 to 10 minutes to talk about my own journey of mentoring and what I think are some of the key points of this relationship that you as mentees have with your mentors that you would like to keep in mind as you progress in both your professional and your personal lives, right? So I think the first and foremost in a mentoring relationship, as I mentioned this before, right? What you're essentially building is a very, very deep and intangible relationship with an individual or a set of individuals who have been through a journey which may or may not be similar to the journey that you will take. But what is more important is that in this process, you are learning. You are learning very, very real world challenges, right? You are learning about, or so let me put it this way, learning about very, very real world challenges, and you are learning about solutions and decisions that many of these mentors made during the course of their own professional lives, right? And also their personal lives, right? And so it leaves you with many different perspectives More so, and I think Karunesh and before that, Professor Kulkarni mentioned this today, this too, more so in a world that is today very, very vastly different from what it was before this pandemic that we are dealing with, right? And the jury is still out on where our world is headed. So there's a lot of ambiguity and uncertainty that we are dealing with, and the best way to prepare yourselves for your own future prospects is to learn from people who have tried to navigate some of these situations in the past and are actually navigating some of them right now, right? They will provide you with very interesting perspectives and learnings that you can take into your, basically incorporate as you go through your own journeys, right? So I think that's extremely that is a great aspect of a mentoring program or a mentoring process, right? The second part of mentoring goes without saying again, is that you build networks for lives, right? So at the end of the day, and you will realize this as you venture and start your own professional journeys, right? That businesses at the end of the day are about people, right? And people work for people, people promote people, and people like to build relationships with other people, right? And everything else is secondary. And what you're really going through right now is a process of building those early networks. So each of these very distinguished individuals who are part of your mentor program are actually your, there's a word that they use in the armed forces. It's called a force multiplier, right? These are your force multipliers. They've actually given you the early impetus to start really establishing your own wide relationships and networks. And it's very heartening to see that, obviously in this pandemic and the post-pandemic world that we are heading into, you actually have the opportunity to build global networks, right? So disruption always is not a bad thing, right? Disruption is also a great opportunity. And right now you have already established that global bridgehead, right? You have mentors here from all over the world, and really the world is your playground. And it entirely depends on each of you mentees on how you want to shape these relationships and how far you would like to take these associations as you step through your own journeys, right? So I think that's number two. The third point that I wanted to make is very interesting, again, an experience that I'm sharing. That is something very different about mentoring from a formal classroom training or an academic program that one goes through, right? Is that a mentoring process is a two-way learning process always, right? So the mentor is learning from the mentee, and the mentee is learning from the mentor, and both benefit and actually add more value to this whole relationship. In other words, we use words like synergy, right? It's a very synergistic process. It's way more than what one individual can literally gain from through a formal learning or a structured program, right? And to give you an example, what that means is, most of the mentors I would assume here are probably in their 40s right now, right? So we are a very different 40 plus in a very different generation from all of you here who are, whichever way you want to talk about, millennial and post-millennial people, right? And so what that means is, as we go through this process, right, we learn from you, and we understand the aspirations of this generation, which is now going to become the next generation of market makers, decision makers, and customers, right? And it's a great learning for mentors. And similarly for mentees, as you spend time with individuals like us, right, you also start to understand the inner workings and the mind of more senior people. And when I use the word senior, I mean more from a generational perspective. It gives you a very good opportunity to realize that we are, as we speak, going through this generational shift, right? And you will encounter people from many different generations, basically age groups or cohorts, as they're called, as you step into the workforce. And each one of them have their own motivations, their incentives, and their own aspirations, right? And it's a great learning, right, as you start the process and you hit the industry. because you will have to deal with all these different workforces, right? So it is always a two-way process, and it's a great way to get an early perspective through this through a program like this, right? Last point that I wanted to make is around the whole concept of and this is again something that I'm sharing, right? Is the whole concept of being very, very flexible and open in your learning, right? So as you step into the into this new world, right? You start your first job. Some of you probably have some experience, but many of you are probably going to take on your first steps towards becoming managers, right? It is extremely important that you are comfortable in working with a lot of ambiguity and uncertainty, right? And that's some of it that you probably have gone through and you would have experienced as you've been speaking with your mentors, right? Because as you step into this world, you are probably in, again, a very unique position. You as mentees, right, are in a very unique position to shape a very different set of business outcomes, right? And drive a very different set of decisions from what many of us have done in our past, because the template has drastically changed, right? We're living in a very, very different world today. To summarize it, basically there is now a new platform to learn, work, play, and live, right? It creates its own opportunities. It also has its challenges. But as long as you keep an open mind and you learn from many, many different sources and different perspectives, you will find the journey surely rewarding, right? And with that, I will conclude and hand it back to Parth. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
For your time.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your information. I rightly remember what Donald Sado said once after your speech. In a battery, I strive to maximize electric potential. But when mentoring, I strive to maximize human potential. With that note, I would request Robert sir to move to next slide and request our team of mentors, Mr. Supriya Datta and Mr. Arnav Pal, to share the reflection of the program. Over to you, Supriya ma'am.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank all the dignitaries, who shared their valuable inputs with us today. It's just wonderful hearing all the wonderful insights. And I feel so honored to be a part of this program. Um, I'm Supriya Datta. I'm based in Singapore. I work for Change at All. It's a parent organization for career curators. And as I was listening to all the inputs today, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Karunesh for including me as a mentor on this program. Being a mentor has brought me a personal sense of satisfaction in knowing that I could be of some help to students in this very challenging time this year. I mean, this has been such a unique year, and I would like to applaud all the students of Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute. How they've stayed true to the program, focusing on their goals and remaining optimistic under the pressure and uncertainty of what lies ahead. Perhaps all the students who started off on the journey are not ending up with a certificate today, but I'm sure that even those students gained something from the few interactions that they had with the mentors. It was not easy, and we understand that the circumstances were challenging, especially to do with technology. But whether you're receiving a certificate today or not, I speak for my fellow mentors when I say that I will continue to be there for all the mentees, and it will be a pleasure for us if we can be of any help to the students or to the institute going forward. I would also like to thank all the mentees for, all the mentors for being such a supportive group. All of the mentors have really helped each other and lifted each other up through this entire 2 month period. It's also not been easy for us because we've had extremely demanding work lives and home lives, in spite of which all the mentors have stayed true to the commitment. So I'd like to say a big thank you to all the mentors as well. And of course, the credit goes to Arun and Pranab and Robert, who have done all the heavy lifting and made it look so effortless. You've really been inspiring. Thank you. And last but not the least, I would say that, and I've felt this throughout the 2 months period, the team at the institute, has been so supportive, and it's such a big, achievement for the institute to have brought this opportunity to the student and been so supportive throughout the journey. So, congratulations to everyone involved for making the Global Mentorship Program a big success. It's really an achievement, and everyone involved, and especially the students, should feel very proud today. So, again, congratulations. Wish everyone Merry Christmas and a happy 2021, and all the very best for your placements and professional journey forward.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is Arnab this side. Firstly, very good evening to all people who is attending in this call. And let me start with a quote that what we always say is that talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. So it's like that. It's more of a teamwork. It's more of a working in collaboration, in tandem with mentors, mentees, and all the people of Alkesh Modi Institute of Management, and all the mentors and the mentees working. It's been a non-stop activities for the last 2.5 months. And we have been all working with a common goal that whatever best that we could provide, whatever skill set that we need to work on, whatever practical examples that we need to send to the mentees, and whatever things that could actually help them, because this is the start of the professional career. So how they would take it, how they would able to imbibe that within themselves, and how they would take it up from there is what was our thought process, and we build it up on that. And discussing on the competency skill sets, which all skill sets needs to happen, and how the things would process. So all for me, it's like the sharing and reflection of mentors. For me, my reflection on the 2.5 months has been very good. I've been extremely lucky to have good 4 mentees who have been very thoughtful, very dutiful, and obviously whatever we have discussed, it's been a good enriching experience for me, and it's been a wonderful session. And on the light note that in fact, although we had a fixed time set to all the sessions, but eventually I would always used to end up doing more than what was there. So that's the beauty of the sessions that we concluded over there, because even it's a 1.5 hour sessions, eventually it could go on for 2 hours, because it was very interesting. It was very, interactive at the same point of time. And it's been a wonderful session. It's like going back to your college days, and it is always good to give something back. You say that you give something back to your society. So it's something like giving whatever you learned, whatever you have unlearned yourself. So you try to give it back to people, and may all of them do well in their professional life, which is just the starting phase. And I wish everyone a very good and the prosperous professional career. And I sincerely believe that all people over here, all the mentees over here, should always be good, and should always be thought provoking, and should always analyze the way the things we have analyzed, and keep themselves on a proper track. Although this year has not been, it's been a testful year for us, because it's a challenging year for us. But doing this and making something different and moving out of the way and doing something out of the box, what do you say, is something needed, and I'm sure everyone would do. And lastly, a very Merry Christmas to everyone, and a very advanced Happy New Year, and may 2021 be all the best for all of you. And I thank you from our side that we mentors, we are extremely happy with all the mentees over here, and let them have a great professional career. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Supriya madam, and thank you, Arnab sir. I remember a mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you. And you, all the global mentors, not just you two, but all of them have done that. That you see in yourself and help bring out of us. I request Ms. Vaidehi Vihari and Mr. Shreyas Kadam as mentees to share the reflection for the program.
Thank you so much, Parth. Good evening, everyone. As management students, one of the key experiences we have is the 2-month summer training that we pursue. This year, due to the lockdown, the opportunity of being on field and within an organization was denied to us. We did everything virtually. As students who are about to graduate and enter into the job market, this mentorship came as quite a blessing. Personally, I had a lot of doubts regarding the various challenges that I would face at work. Things like dealing with ambiguity, problem solving, terms like team dynamics are things that you hear a lot, but don't really understand till you get into the organization. Through this mentorship program, I gained a lot of clarity on these subjects. I learned immensely from my mentor, Pranab Chetia, and his extensive experience. The various assignments he made us do helped me understand my shortcomings and also recognize my core strengths. Especially the assignment on SMART goals was quite effective, since I found that the simple act of writing down my goals and discussing it with my mentor and having him constantly question me about it helped me get a head start on them. And the things I'd been putting off, I finally managed to get them done. So I think it's been very effective for me. Having a mentor who can you can turn to for guidance at such an early stage, even before you enter the workforce, is priceless. I look forward to learning and leaning on my mentor. Like Mr. Hazarika said, that this relationship will carry on for a very long time. So I hope to keep learning and leaning on my mentor for support for years to come. And I would like to thank the Career Curators team for coming in and giving us such an opportunity. And I would also like to thank Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for allowing the students to have such an enriching experience. Thank you so much and all the best to everyone.
Thank you, Vaidehi. I request Shreyas to share his experience.
Thank you, Par. So at the outset, I would just like to say that it was an absolute pleasure and an honor to have a stalwart like Robert Menezes sir as my mentor. Having decided to specialize in finance, it was very important to know how to proceed. So how do you prepare for the interview? What are the do's and don'ts? What are the factors that make or break an interview? So this is where the global mentorship program really helped me in making the resume very presentable from the perspective of applying in the industry and also in a very general sense. Also, the various activities that we undertook during this program helped me realize the areas that I actually needed to focus on, and also the skill sets that I needed to develop and the ones that I needed to improve. Finally, the one-on-one sessions with Robert sir provided the depth where we delved into point blank honesty and, I must say, a lot of constructive criticism. I'm very grateful to all the people and the organizations who took this initiative, which has become a resounding success. And I'm sure that in the future batches, also will look forward to these interactions just as I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreyas, and thank you, Vaidehi. Now it's time to hear from our Robert sir, a brief about GMP journey with ADMI FMS and declare our successful mentors after unveiling the curtains after the slide. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Parth, should I go ahead first or talk about the journey?
You can talk about the journey and then go ahead, sir.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much. I think it's a privilege to be here. Thank you, Professor Smita Shukla, Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, Rizwan. Words of wisdom. Thank you so much. And to my fellow professional mentors who joined this mentoring initiative. And this program is all about you. And lastly, but not the least, the young future leaders of India. Thank you so much for being so participative in this entire process. Now, life is all about creating and living experiences that are worth sharing. And Global Mentorship Program is one such experience that I will continue to share, explore, and grow as we go forward. I'm sure it has also been a significant event in your own personal journeys and career, which you would like to share, and a tale that will continue in the institute, in the students' mind, in our minds as we go forward. I think in corporate life, we always say, 99% the same, 1% the difference. Now, in the era of COVID, if any institute had to create that 1% difference, it is ADMI. Like other institutes, ADMI might also have followed the 99% rule, but I think Professor Shukla and Kavita ma'am had very different ideas in mind, and they got us on board. And it was great to see this partnership going to create that 1% difference, to create that incremental change, which will create a positive impact on people's careers in their lives. And that's basically what this global mentoring program has all been about. In a nutshell, it's a 60 to 90-day journey, as you would see, which basically constitutes about one-to-one mentor relationships. We have started with a select group mentoring sessions. Then we went into individual mentoring conversations. And as we've been through this journey, we've always focused on key competencies, as Karunesh talked about, key critical skills. And, Rizwan, you talked about how these skills are so important in today's career, because it's all people's organization. And as you go towards building your careers in the future, this is what key skills will come and enhance your ability to take those bigger chunks in your life as leaders as you go forward. The journey of two months hasn't been easy. Again, being digital, the remote world, but I think kudos to students. The way they incorporate their personal schedule, their working schedule, their schedule around their own placements, exercises, whatever they do in their campuses. I think it's pretty busy life, but on top of that, accommodate and go through this great immersive exercise with a great attitude to learn. So I feel pretty happy as a mentor to be a part of this. And I think I share it on behalf of my other fellow mentors who are part of this program, have equally gained enough of their experiences from this. My little daughter of 6 years, she tells me a riddle. The more you go ahead, the more you leave behind. I'm not going to ask you to type the answer. The answer is its footsteps. And as I reflect on this little riddle, it's all about experiences. It's all about perspectives. And the more you gain these perspectives as we go forward, the more we have gained these perspectives as we go forward, it really helps us in building our profile, our experiences as mature individuals. And you will take credit and learnings from these steps and minute footsteps as you go forward. So in summary, it is for you to propel, to go forward. It is you to take your experiences, go forward, and treat us as mentors, as a part of your journey. And we feel massively proud to have contributed to your success. So my best wishes to every one of you. I'm sure you will have a rocking placement this year. We feel absolutely proud, and treat us like your, guides, or your people who will be looking out for you, gunning for your success and rooting for you as you go forward. So all the best. Let me now go forward and congratulate everyone. Do we have some drum roll? This is the virtual clap for everyone. Back to you, Parth.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request our in-charge director, Dr. Smita Shukla, to list the names of our great global mentors for the first global mentorship program.
Thank you, Parth. Before I speak out the names of the global mentors, which are now here on the screen, Let me just highlight some of the things which previous speakers have stated and which I believe are absolutely meaningful and important on the occasion where we are on. First of all, Mr. Rizwan, you very correctly pointed out that today it's a very, very different world which we are living in. A new world and a new format to work, play, and live, and that is why this learning, which comes from global educators and mentors, which comes in, is extremely important. And again, it is pointed out by you that when you refer to being a mentor, it's an absolutely synergistic process in which 2 plus 2 becomes 5. But at the same time, when you refer to the position of mentor, the role which he or she is playing is one which involves a lot of commitment, a lot of time, energy, efforts. And in that reference, when I look at this entire panel of global mentors, what can I say? I can say a big thank you to all of them. The way they guided the students over this 2 month period, and it was not just interaction, which was a group interaction. There was a lot of individual interaction which was taking place. Assignments were being given, attendance was being tracked, goals were being set for the students, constructive criticism was being offered, and the entire aim here was that students should understand, as Mr. Robert very beautifully stated, that as more they go forward, more they leave behind. That is, more and more they learn from the experiences they have. So again, before stating the names of all the mentors, let me say this. We are, as an institution, Department of University of Mumbai, we are very appreciative, and we feel honored to state this, that we are we were very lucky to have you all as mentors, and we recognize your efforts of being mentors during this specific program, which was a very, very tough time period for all of you, because you were juggling your career, you were trying to manage your difficult personal life at the same time, where there were number of limitations. You invested your valuable time to develop the proficiency level of your mentees. You offered them valuable insights. You worked on their competency levels. You offered constructive mentoring, and entire exercise was a success because of your sincere, collaborative, and kind of very, very open efforts which you have put in. So without saying now much, let me list out all the mentors who are spread globally. And as I stated, extremely lucky, we feel extremely lucky, honored to have you all mentoring our students. So I thank one by one. To start with, Mr. Pranab Chetia, who is Director HR, Volvo Group Trucks, and he's managing service market logistics, Asia Pacific region at the Volvo Group. Mr. Aditya Jajodia, Senior HR Business Partner at GE. He's based in Switzerland. Pranab Chetia is based in Singapore. Then I thank Mr. Arun Kaimal, who is Director HR, Water Quality Platform, Asia Pacific, Den Haag Groups, based in Singapore. I thank Ms. Baljeet Chabra, Asia Pacific Compensation and Benefits Leader, Avia, again based in Singapore. I thank Ms. Priya Rao, Director Talent Strategy, Bridge et al., based in Singapore. I thank Shilpa Satya. She's a Talent Acquisition Head, Emphasis, India. I thank Rikhansh Chopra, HR Head, Apar Technologies, based in Singapore. Tapash Pal, Manager HR, Halherd Health, based in India. Mr. Abhinav Joshi, who is an HR entrepreneur and is based in Singapore. Mr. Harsh Doshi, Human Resource and Recruitment Specialist, UPS Canada, as I state, Canada, based in Canada. Anurag Kalyani, Senior Manager and Head HR, Wipro Limited, based in India. Mr. Ms. Ashita Jain, Manager HR, Regional D&I, Diversity and Inclusion HR Advisor, Denhar Corporation, India. Nisha Yadav, Product Marketing Manager, International Business, Tata Motors, based in India. Grishma Patel, Founder HR Advisor, Vector Impetus India. Arnab Pal, General Manager, Schindler Electric Luminous Power Technologies, based in India. Richa Sharma, Head of Public Relations, Indian Business Academy, and Co-Chair, Young BCIC, based in India. John Francis, Employee Life Cycle Specialist, McCann Food, Canada. And further to continue, Supriya Balidatta, Director, Practice Leader, Design Thinking and Employee Experience, Change at All, Singapore. And last but not the least, Robert Menzies, Global HRBP, Standard Chartered Bank, Singapore. Big thank you to all global mentors for making this possible for our students, and creating such an enriching, possibly life experience for them. And I'm sure that these students will remember this experience throughout their life. And let me, before I pass it on to Path, let me say we are very thankful to the entire team for this pro bono exercise industry gesture. Heartfelt thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. Path, over to you.
Thank you, madam. And I also thank all the mentors. Now I request Mr. Pranav Chetia to share his concluding remarks for the program.
Hello, everybody. This is Pranav here. Thank you so much. Personally, I'm a little emotional today. To be honest, I am the fortunate one, to see this program from the idea till date. And when I am hearing, listening, and seeing all the fantastic, activities happening, I'm truly honored, but at the same time, I'm a little emotional as well. So I'm not sure how I can really give a good concluding remarks, but let me give a try. Let me be good as like Robert as well, right? He speaks very well, right, Robert? Okay, so let me give 2-3 points. Number one, I think it is a fantastic gift, to all of us from, the Global Mentorship Program I give as a gift to all of us in the call, all the students, all the mentors, and of course, all the professors and the college itself. So I think it is a gift for us. Second, it is a motivation for us for the year 2021. This will, help us to think differently and move in a much more efficient way in the year 2021. For me, it is very close to, my heart. Also because of a, very simple reason, and that is when I saw last 2-3 days, the career anchors, there are 10 or 12, student volunteers who were working, almost, day and night in a fantastic, collaborative way. And of course, Part and, Smita ma'am, and there are many other students, probably I'm not naming their name. I really, see a real leadership skill within this, within this anchor, and that's what we call as a career anchor. And me as an HR person coming from a small place in Assam, and today whatever I'm doing, I can tell you that the behaviors what I saw within the anchors are the true professional behavior, which will take all of you to the great mile. Of course, everybody has a personal goal, and then we all mentors, we continue our relationship, and today is a start of a new relationship. It is not an end of, the Global Mentorship Program. It is a start of a new relationship between mentor and mentee. I know all our mentors because first of all are very good human beings, and second, they are professionally, I would say, a very successful individual, and we are all proud to, be associated with this. Finally, I want to wish a Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year 2021. Thank you, everybody. Over to you, Part.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your guidance. Now I would request our beloved mentor, Dr. Aruna Deshpande, our Associate Professor, to declare the vote of thanks. Madam, you're mute.
Yes, good evening to all of y'all. I think we are all, thanking you, the whole university and my students are very grateful to the Career Curators team. So it gives me this great opportunity to thank the complete mentoring team of Career Curators from across the globe and for their pro bono support, especially in these difficult pandemic phases. And this global mentorship program for mentoring our Mumbai University management students of Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for Financial and Management Studies was a very important exercise that you all did for us, and I am waiting to see the benefits of this in the coming period of time, which will happen positively. I'm very sure about it. I would now formally would like to thank the university Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ravindra Kulkarni, who was there here today to bless us and inaugurate this whole function of yours, where you have done this exercise of the Achievement Day of Global Mentorship Program. I want to thank Mr. Karunesh Prasad from the Career Curators team from Singapore for sharing his experience and emphasizing the need and importance of mentoring in this for the future generations. Today's Achievement Day guest, Mr. Rizwan Hazarika, the Chief Digital Officer from Singapore, also emphasized the future need of mentorship, and the whole future is going to be different, and which you all, the Career Curator team, foreseed and they decided to do this mentorship program, and we are very much fortunate to have you all. The Career Curators team of total 20 plus professional mentors from global arena, uh, like Mr. Robert, Pranav, and their team who connected with us despite their hectic work schedule, and all the students of our institute, who had this fortune to interact with people from the global countries like Singapore, Canada, Switzerland, India, etc. Our gratitude again to the institute team who coordinated this program, our institute director, Dr. Smita Shukla, our institute placement officer, Kavita Pandey, who initiated this program with the Career Curators team, and the faculty members who were involved in this initiative. Thank you on behalf of the student teams who were a part of this exercise. They are the next generation of workforce, the Gen Z, who are fortunate of getting this global mentorship to build up their confidence to face the future dynamic phase, which will help them to work with their knowledge of key skills which they require, which was discussed with the mentors in this exercise, and which they have learned in this program, which was very essential for them in the future. Which I have seen this increasing level of confidence among students who attended this program after listening to Vaidehi, Shreyas, and of course Parth, who is conducting this program. Thank you. Thanks again, and I'm looking forward for a continuing our association with Career Curators team in the coming years. Thanks again, and Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy coming New Year to all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, everybody. Wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We stay connected. Thank you, Part, for the great job.
Sir, wait,
Thank you, sir.
wait, sir, wait. Before we all go, wait, Pradap, sir. Wait, Pradap, sir, wait. I think. Uh,
So
Smita.
one request from our side will be a group photograph before we exit, and one request which has come kind of no sudden, and I really appreciate that request. You all are spread in various parts of the world. Your mentees are based in India. Okay, these are some difficult times we are all going through. So Kavita suggested, can we finally end the program after the group photograph with our national anthem?
Okay, so basically we run the song of national anthem, but as we have the team from Canada, Singapore, Switzerland, and India, so we want to spread our India across the globe. So I request all the people who are attending this today's program to kindly sing the national anthem leave your chair, stand up for few seconds, and we all will sing national anthem together. It will look very nice on live also. Yes, Smita ma'am.
Do you want photograph before that or after that? Maybe after that.
Uh, after that, ma'am. After that.
Okay, okay, sure, done.
So request everyone to kindly stand. So your photo should be visible. So just hold your camera up in case if we all are on mobile. Okay. So Robert sir, please unmute.
Everybody has to stand up. Everybody has to
You
stand up.
everyone has to stand up and everyone has to sing also. So I'll count
Yes,
after three. We all will speak together. Pranab sir, I want you to start first.
yes, I'm here.
You are
I'm
a
the
rock
first one.
star. Okay. 1, 2, 3, start.
जनगण मंगलदायक
हे भारत
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब
पंजाब
सिंध
सिंध
गुजरात
गुजरात मराठा
मराठा द्राविड़
द्रविड़
उत्कल बंगा विंध्य
विंध्य
हिमाचल
हिमाचल
यमुना
यमुना गंगा
उत्कल जलधि
तरंगा
तब
तव
शुभ
शुभ
नामे
नामे
जागे
जागे
तब
तब
तव
शुभ
शुभ
आशीष
आशीष
मांगे
मांगे
गाए
गाए
तब
तव
जय जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे
भारत
भारत भाग्य
भाग्य
विधाता
विधाता
जय हे
जय
जय
हे जय हे जय
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 हे
जय
भारत माता की
Jai.
जय.
जय
Okay. So I believe this was one of the best experience which all are carrying along with us. 2020 is passing, but 2020 year, I believe is one of the best year, or not only of my career, but for students of my institute as well, where we got a chance to meet all of you. So like Pranab sir, I am also very emotional because I know the many meetings which me, Pranab sir, Robert sir had, whether how to go ahead about it, how to do that, and to convince everybody in a team, and finally getting the support through Smita ma'am, Deshpande ma'am, and all the mentors making today's event successful. I think it's truly very emotional. Last year, when I was discussing with Smita ma'am, we did many things. What next? So, madam immediately told me, Kavitu, global. So this is what Madam said, and I was like, okay, we will do it. And finally, Arun, you were a kind of bridge between us and Career Curators team. And with you and with Career Curators team, we are now a global B school. I'm very proud, as an individual, I'm very proud. And similarly, my institute, university is also very proud. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas, New Year, Happy New Year. I hope we all will meet up personally also someday when you all come to Mumbai. If we can also invite you sometime with the expenses to be borne off. But definitely, it's very nice for this program, and look forward to have more collaboration and association in future. Thank you.
We,
Robert sir,
we
Rome, we are here only.
Okay, so from my side as well, a very happy 2021 and wish you all very happy and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, everyone. Merry
thank you,
Christmas.
thank you.
And a
We
very
take a
happy
group
New Year.
photo. What about the photo?
Yes, yes.
Can we have all the cameras on then?
Yeah, we request everyone to kindly on your camera. We can have a group photo. I hope somebody is clicking, Parth?
Madam, I'm on phone. Can you ask someone else?
Okay. Vehi, Prachita.
Vaidhi, Prachita, can you do the print screen?
Yeah, doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
It
Smile,
would be
everyone.
nice, everybody. Hi, everybody. If you can, take your video, your, camera on, we can see. I can see Sudarshan. Hi, Sudarshan.
They're grooming themselves. Give them time.
Yeah.
Shall we?
I can tell you that in life we must celebrate. We must have fun. So request all of you to put your camera on.
All right, let's go for it. Smile, everyone. Got it.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. So
Once
Smita
more,
ma'am,
Can we have one
permission?
more? Can we have one? There are a few people who've now switched on their camera. All right, once more. Come on. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Smita ma'am, with your due permission, can we just conclude? I mean, can we say conclude
Yes.
our today's program?
Yes, with the permission of career curators as well. Yeah.
Yes, Karunesh sir, with your.
Thank you very much. And let's conclude this. Appreciate all the time.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
Thank
you.
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. So thank you, University UCC team Prasad for supporting us for organizing this platform on University of Mumbai Zoom platform. And with the permission of the Institute Director and Career Curators founder, we are officially concluding our this today's program, the first Global Mentorship Program. We will meet up again in our, hopefully, the second Global Mentorship Program very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.